The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Is Ivy really Electra's mother? A shocking theory explained. Hello, B&B fans. Today we're diving into one of the most intriguing and quietly explosive theories circulating right now on The Bold and the Beautiful. Is Ivy Forrester really Electra's mother, not her aunt? The clues are subtle, the behavior is suspicious, and the storyline might be hiding a massive secret in plain sight. Let's break it all down. Ivy Forrester, the outsider with a mysterious past. There has always been something a little different about Ivy Forrester. Yes, she carries the iconic Forrester last name, but unlike most members of the family, Ivy was raised far away from Los Angeles. Her Australian upbringing has always set her apart, and beyond her romantic entanglements with the Spencer men, we actually know very little about her personal history. For someone connected to such a powerful dynasty, Ivy's past feels oddly underdeveloped. No deep dives. No long-lost loves fully explored. No real backstory beyond vague references. And in the world of soaps, that usually means one thing: there's a secret waiting to be exposed. Enter Electra, niece or something more. When Electra arrived on the scene, viewers were told a simple story. She and her father traveled extensively, and eventually she came to Los Angeles with her Aunt Ivy. Straightforward enough, at least on the surface. But almost immediately, fans started noticing how unusually close Ivy and Electra are. They don't just work together, they live together at the Forrester mansion. Ivy isn't simply mentoring Electra professionally, she's deeply involved in her personal life too. That alone isn't proof of anything, but when you add up all the little details, things start to feel less aunt-like and far more maternal. Why does Ivy act like Electra's mother? Let's talk about Ivy's behavior, because this is where the theory really gains traction. Ivy made it very clear that Electra staying overnight at Will's beach house was improper, even though Electra is a fully grown adult capable of making her own decisions. That kind of strict moral oversight doesn't usually come from an aunt. It sounds much more like a protective parent worried about reputation, appearances, and consequences. And it doesn't stop there. Ivy also insisted on hearing the details of Electra's first night with Will. That's an extremely personal boundary to cross. Most aunts would steer clear of that territory, but a mother? Especially one trying to protect her daughter from repeating past mistakes. That makes a lot more sense. A shared passion, coincidence or genetic clue. Another detail fans can't ignore is the fact that both Ivy and Electra are jewelry designers. Of course, this could be coincidence or simple mentorship, Ivy guiding her niece into the family business. But soaps love parallels, especially when they hint at biological connections. Like mother, like daughter is a trope The Bold and the Beautiful has leaned on many times before. From the moment Electra arrived in LA, Ivy treated her as more than just a protégé. She was territorial, watchful, and deeply invested in Electra's choices, professionally and personally. That level of emotional involvement feels instinctive, not learned. The proper obsession raises red flags. One of Ivy's defining traits lately has been her obsession with being proper. Proper behavior. Proper relationships. Proper appearances. That obsession exploded when Ivy walked into Will's house and later when she saw Dylan sitting on Will's lap. Ivy completely lost it, demanding that Dylan leave Los Angeles altogether. Think about that reaction for a moment. Who reacts that strongly unless there's something deeply personal being triggered? This kind of overreaction suggests Ivy isn't just worried about Electra's reputation, she may be haunted by her own past. Could Ivy have been a young, unwed mother? Here's where the theory gets really interesting. What if Ivy became pregnant at a young age? What if, to avoid scandal or protect the Forrester name, the family decided Electra would be raised as her niece instead of her daughter? Soap operas are filled with stories where parents take on the role of sibling or aunt to hide the truth. It's classic, dramatic, and emotionally rich, exactly the kind of twist B&B loves. If Ivy lived through the pain, judgment, and consequences of being a young, unwed mother, it would explain everything. Her strict moral standards. Her fear of Electra repeating history. Her intense control over Electra's romantic life. Her obsession with appearances and family reputation. Suddenly, Ivy's behavior doesn't look uptight, it looks protective and guilt-driven. Why the secret would matter now? If Ivy truly is Electra's mother, the timing of this reveal would be perfect. Electra is building relationships, falling in love, and stepping into adulthood. Secrets like this don't stay buried forever, especially when emotions run high. A reveal could fracture trust, redefine relationships, and send shockwaves through the Forrester family. It could also explain why Ivy has always felt slightly disconnected from the rest of the clan, because she's been living a lie for years. And let's be honest, The Bold and the Beautiful thrives on exactly this kind of emotional fallout. Final thoughts, mother or just overprotective aunt? So what do you think, B&B fans? Is Ivy really just an overly proper aunt who cares too much? Or is she Electra's mother, desperately trying to protect her daughter from repeating the same mistakes that once changed her own life forever? The clues are there. The behavior lines up. And the potential payoff would be huge. One thing's for sure, if this theory turns out to be true, it could become one of the most emotional and dramatic reveals the show has delivered in years. Be sure to stay tuned and catch up on everything happening right now on The Bold and the Beautiful. This storyline may just be getting started.